Hi everyone, this is Killshot 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 9 review. This is our live spoiler discussion. Warning, we are going to be talking spoilers, so if you don't want to know what is going to go down, scene by scene, all of the things that are going to happen, do not tune into this stream. You have been absolutely warned. We got some fatigue going on, but I promised I'm going to bring it tonight. We had a great time with Play Dead Live last night. Super long matches. If you guys don't know about our brand new game, Play Dead Live, tune in tomorrow night at 9:10, and you will see exactly what it's all about. But we also got The Walking Dead happening this weekend. So we're back doing the things that we do. Tonight is our full spoiler stream, so we're going to go over it. Spoilers are provided tonight by Spoiling Dead's fan page. So we make no claim to those. It is their deal. We just report the news, and we're going to talk about it. So this is not going to be a super long stream, maybe 20, 25 minutes. We're going to get everything covered that is going to go down. So a special shout out. Language, David Darnell. Let's keep that on the PG-13, my man. So, yep, you want to join us, you got to at least be somewhat respectable to all the people that are watching the playback. So, let's jump into it. Special shout out to the team up there on the screen. You can see them. That is my Patreon army. They do tons of great stuff for this channel. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Absolutely amazing group of people, tremendous support, and of course the Play Dead Live sponsors. In the top right-hand corner, who's ready for a little bit of spoiler action? You guys ready to talk about how this stuff's going to go down? And right, Moonshot, hit that like button. So I'm going to go kind of question by question. The neat thing about these spoilers from Spoiling Dead's fan page is they answer a lot of questions that we've asked in previous streams. So I really like this format. So here's a big question, and we had a stream earlier in the week, and we talked about this. So is Negan with Alpha and the Whispers when she traps them in the cave? And I think it's important. It's not the most important thing because he could still have knowledge of what's going on. But the answer is an emphatic no. So Alpha is out there. Negan is not with the group. I know that's going to make a few people kind of sleep a little bit easier. I'm still on the fence with Negan about his intentions, but he is not involved in this particular scene. So the next question that they pose is, what is his overall plan? You know, he's telling Alpha about Gamma being a spy, and how does she react to it? No information on Negan's master plan, and that's kind of to be expected. It's too early in the season, and I do think they want to kind of dangle that carrot a little bit of, making us think, what's his intent? Is he drinking the Kool-Aid? Is he a whisperer? Is he trying to help out the group? As we find out Carol's story a little bit, I do think that is leaning Negan more toward a darker story because Carol, there's no way that there's any, I don't know, with the group being stuck in the cave, I just don't see that Negan created some deal or some partnership. They're in some dire straits. They're in trouble. So the group wanted to know is, does Alpha trust Negan? This is pretty interesting, and this is where the spoilers actually go into the dialogue. So they report that he says, at first, she tells him to stop trying to induce paranoia. That's kind of funny, right? Like Alpha's inducing paranoia, but she says to Negan, and I wonder how she says it, stop trying to induce paranoia. I don't know. I don't know how she uses like those big, long words in that kind of cool, dark, twisted voice that she has with some heavy breathing. But she says, don't induce paranoia. But she, Beta tells her that Gamma's nowhere to be found. So she starts thinking that Negan's right. So that matches up, right? Negan says, hey, spy you're looking for is right here in your camp. Yeah, stop trying to induce paranoia. By the way, where's Gamma? She's gone. Well, there you go. Negan's right. So it all kind of works out to the way it's supposed to work out. All right, here it is. Are you guys, once again, if you're tuning in, we are talking complete spoilers. Spoilers are sponsored by Spoiling Dead's fan page. I don't create them. I just report them in a nice, laid-back, sophisticated voice. There you go. All right. No, not really. I'm just talking about them. We're just talking about the show. We're getting the ideas out there. I do want to call on a few of you to get some of your ideas in here. But it is time to talk about Negan and Alpha and how it all goes down. So it is about to get PG-15. We're about to go full scale. We're going to raise the PG level right here. So here it goes, everybody. They want to know more about the Alpha and Negan scene together. Are you ready? Let me know if you're ready. If you're not ready, just close your ears, because I'm going to break it down for you. But before we get to that, I need like everybody in this house right now. If you're back for The Walking Dead, if you love the 999 Army, if you like hanging out with us for spoilers, reactions, we're doing reactions 1010, hit that like button. Come on, everybody. Show a little bit of love for your boy. We're going to be back here doing this. We got a countdown coming up on Sunday. We've got reactions at 1010, like happening live. You don't have to worry about being on a forum and typing something in comments and then a day later coming back and responding to somebody's comments. We're going to be doing this thing live. So that means all of your comments right there. We got my man, Johnny Metal. Yeah, Johnny, I got you right there. We got Marcia Derbyshire says she's ready to go. Roxy knows how it's going to go down. It's going to go down with the mask. Jason DeVoe says, kills, your voice rocks. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate that. Mr. Ninja's ready. Everybody seems ready. So here we go. So she takes him to a remote location in the woods. That sounds like all too familiar, very cliche, right? Hey, let's take a walk in the woods. She makes him walk in front of her with his eyes forward, so he can't turn around and see what's going on behind him. And then she says, I'm going to need you to remove your clothes. Like that. I don't know if she says it just like that, but it's something creepy like that. And he's like, oh, well, all right. So he does it. He takes off his clothes. And then she tells him to turn around. I'm going to need you to turn around. And then she's naked. She is completely stripped down on the walk to the woods. So it is like garment after garment, right? It's whisper porn. Yes, that's exactly what it is. So he's walking, and he's like, oh, man, this chick is really creepy. I don't know what she's got me doing. I guess he thinks she's going to kill him naked, that she's just a freak like that. And she is a freak like that because he turns around naked, and she's naked, so you know what's about to go down. But she says that he's a crass man, so she thought he would appreciate a crass reward for his information on Gamma. So he gave her a little bit of info, and she's going to give him a little bit of info, or a little bit of nympho. But he asked if this is, and this is typical Negan, he's like, is this a praying mantis situation? Because you know, once it's done with the praying mantis, that the dude doesn't walk away from it. So he's thinking like, maybe he gets in with Alpha, literally, and then she's going to cut his head off afterwards. But that's not what this is about. But even though he's skeptical, this is typical Negan, right? So he goes, is this a praying mantis situation? And then he's like, well, it's been a long time, so I might as well take my chances. So he sees her naked, he has his mask on, and he thinks he could be at risk, but he still takes the risk. And the details are this. I know Tom Bug Ferreira is not going to like this. The final shot of this sequence is a wide angle of them together from the side, naked bodies pressed together, kissing, and yes, he keeps the skin mask on. So we're going to see a little bit of naked Negan and Alpha from the side, pressed together, kissing, and apparently he has the mask on. That is a direct quote. That's the way it's going down. You ask. Hey, if you guys all think that's gross, do me a favor and hit the like button if you agree that it's gross. You know what? I'm trying everything tonight. I can't get people to slide that mouse over and just hit the thumbs up. I'm the messenger. I'm the messenger. I'm not the person that wrote the story. All right. Eric says fast forward it. We're going to fast forward it. So we got, how does Beta react to Alpha and Negan becoming so close? No knowledge, no reaction. Alpha's like, she sends Beta away so she can have more fun time with Negan. Like, go see what's up with Gamma. Do any characters... Okay, this is kind of important. This is where it's going to get a little bit more serious. You know, we're having a lot of fun with this, but in the cave, are there any heart-to-heart situations? So, Carol is super jacked up, man. Carol, she's become twisted, vengeful, and she's a liar. So she's got some crazy stuff going on I'm going to touch on. We got Fluff the Flamethrower super chat, and it says, that's what I call a typical Tuesday night down here in the South. You must be in the deep South, Fluff, like really, really deep South. There must be a lot of woods down there. So here's the way the cave conversation is going to go down. Carol and Daryl are having more of their conversation where she goes into kind of like, when I find her, I want to hurt her. So we saw that, in the opening minutes. And then Daryl says he would feel the same if she wouldn't try to stop him. And then he finally says, hey, I don't care. I don't care if you do want revenge. You got to quit this. So he tells her she's got to quit this because people that she cares about are starting to get hurt. Typical give the speech conversation. And then he says, we fight for the future, not for revenge. And he gets her to promise. Carol promises that she's going to stop doing this. And she says, I will. Like giving a commitment to it. But we find out later on, she doesn't do what she says she's going to do. She lied to him, straight up lied, and it's going to cost people their lives. So as all this is going on in the cave, this isn't super important, but hey, spoiler's a spoiler, right? And it might be a touching moment for the future. Because I get a feeling like, how many people saw that old Star Trek movie where Spock was trapped inside a room and it filled up with all the smoke and Kirk was there and Spock put his hand up on the window and he's dying and he says like, I have been and always will be your friend. Something like that, right? Where Spock's on the other side and he's dying. So I feel like ultimately this cave is going to go down like that. That it's going to be kind of a trapped situation where Daryl can't get there. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to read the spoilers in a minute, but I kind of want you guys to think about how this could play out with the cave. I think it's going to be a combination of Game of Thrones with Cersei and a combination of Spock. So bear with me for a second. While they're in the cave and they're trying to go through this escape, it says there is no panic. The characters are calm. And apparently at one point, Carol's a little bit claustrophobic, and Connie draws on her hand, you are okay. Kind of like with her finger. So I think we're getting kind of a little bit more of that last second attachment to Connie before we lose Connie. So we get to see like this real, moving moment. And then the next question they say is, which characters take the lead to search for the way out? Daryl is the most active, closely followed by Magna. So Magna also, and look, we see Connie being Connie, and we see Magna feeling guilty about how things happen with Yumiko. So Magna, of course, is trying to get out, trying to help everybody. So they asked this question, like, how many walkers are there? And at one point, Magna's walking too quick. She almost dies. So this cave scene is going to be very high anxiety. It's dark. People are almost falling. There's whispers in there. And the spoiler was that there were whispers around the cave, but there's whispers inside the cave that it came in. You saw Alpha go get them. Don't let them get out. But they're going to die. So the whispers that our group runs into, that's good news, right? Like Daryl, kill some whispers. Yeah. So the group is killing them on the way to the exit. Then they asked, does Carol take the dynamite behind other people's backs? So Jerry basically talks about the dynamite, how it could still be volatile. So even though Carol made the promise to Daryl to stop this, she picks up the dynamite and doesn't tell him. So she kind of pockets it. They don't know what's going on. And that's going to be a big, big story in a second. So after part of the cave collapses, do we see, all right, this is kind of out of order for spoilers. So I'll go back and tell you how this happens, but everybody gets out. They get to the exit except for Magna and Connie. And there's a thing that goes down where, look, they get separated, and then Jerry's getting out. Aaron pulls Jerry out. Magna hears the walkers are coming up behind them in the cave. Magna decides to fight because they're not going to quite make it. Carol decides to go with them, and then the cave collapses. Now, the reason the cave collapses is because of Carol throwing the dynamite to try to kill him, and it kind of creates this avalanche type of thing. So, she throws it in there, boom, and then a little bit later, the rocks are kind of falling. You're going to get that, like, is this whole thing going to collapse? Nope. Person gets out. Is it going to collapse? No. Somebody else gets out. Well, of course, two people are going to be stuck in there. So I need to tell you that to kind of get you back to here. Does anybody die in the cave in this episode? And the answer is no. There is no official death or showing that Connie and Magna die, but they are trapped in the cave. Now, everything kind of collapses around them, but we don't see them officially dead. However, the reactions to this happening, you guys ready? You guys ready? Who's ready for a tearjerker? Who's ready to cry on Sunday night to get The Walking Dead started in episode number 9? I'm thinking these next couple spoilers are going to have a few of you guys breaking out the Kleenex. All right, here we go. So Kelly falls on her knees. She bursts into tears. Daryl immediately goes over to the rocks. You got all this rock that you can't get them out, but Daryl is being Daryl, like doing anything he can. He knows he's not going to save them. He's just going to work his butt off until he gets there. So while he's doing this, Aaron basically, Aaron's the voice of reason, telling him, you can't do it. We don't have enough time. It's going to take weeks to do this. And yet Daryl does. Daryl turns around and is like, hey, get your ass over here and help me. So Daryl's like, Aaron is trying to stop him. It's a waste of time. There's noise. There's walkers. We're in trouble. And Daryl's like, no. If everybody gets over here and helps me, we might have a chance. So it's Daryl fighting against the odds, as always. So Daryl tells him to help them. Kelly gets up and says no. She says the explosion will attract both walkers and whisperers, and they are in no position to fight where they are. We can't save them if we're dead. So even though Kelly's sister is in there, Kelly is the other person to tell Daryl, you got to stop. We can't do it. So, people are basically giving him the voice of reason. So Daryl, this is a little heartbreaking. But you know what? I'm not giving you the heartbreaking stuff until we get everybody hitting the like button. We're almost through with these spoilers, and we got to do it right now. If you guys are on edge and you're ready for the Daryl, Carol, Heartbreak City, then I got to see it. I got to see the love. Show me the love. There's the love. That's what I'm talking about. Here it is, everybody. Daryl attempts to walk away and ignoring Carol, as he should. But Carol starts crying and begging him to say, tell me it's my fault. Tell me it's my fault. You cared about her. She's gone. And it's all because of me. I need you to say it. So Carol knows she screwed up. And she wants Daryl to take out all of that vengeance and all of that frustration on her, that she just caused this to happen. Let me say this again. This is a direct quote. And this is powerful. You cared about her and she's gone, and it's all because of me. I need to hear you say it. So Daryl's going through heartbreak. Carol is going through that blame. And I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it, but I'm just saying that when you see this scene play out, you're going to sympathize with both. You're going to feel the emotion of both people. Carol, Daryl, and of course the people that are trapped. So, no mention of dog. No other communities in this opening episode. And then they ask the folks over at Spoiling Dead's fan page, what was the most powerful or interesting parts? So, I think it is, in one scene it says, the most important thing, it's definitely worth mentioning that Carol noticed Daryl's absence, went to look for her, and found her at the edge of the Walkerfield abyss and tried to talk her down yet again. So that was one of the things multiple times Daryl has tried to convince her. And then, as I said with the tunnel before, the group makes it out. They don't do a head count. Carol's already thrown the dynamite. She does this crazy stuff. And it's just going to be like this high-end, high-anxiety, can we get everybody out? And then it looks like we got a cliffhanger where they're stuck. And we know from some of the spoilers next week that it appears that Daryl is going to try to find another entrance. And then next week he's going to run into Alpha. And that whole ordeal is going to go down. And hopefully next week is where we see that fight between Daryl and Alpha, and he gets injured and she gets injured. There are some additional spoilers that we're going to talk about throughout the week. It has to do with Beta, has to do with Judith being back in Alexandria. They did make it uneventful trip from Oceanside back to Alexandria, but there's some good stuff that's going to come out next week with RJ, Gamma, Judith, and Beta. So really good stuff. So hey everybody, we are 21 minutes in. I want to thank you guys for being here. Little quicker stream than normal. We like to kind of roll through the spoiler streams, give people a chance to jump in and watch the playback. If you guys love talking about the show, if you love real-time interaction, tune into some of our other streams during the week where we really break it down. We get into psychology of the characters. Some of those streams are going to last an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Give everybody a chance to sort of get their thoughts, get their ideas. Spoilers is kind of speed reading, right? I want to get as much data out to you guys as quick as possible. Let you digest it, talk about it, get involved. If you like what we do here, as I said, in all seriousness, show a little bit of love. If you don't, it's cool. Give us a thumbs down if you don't like it. Either way, and leave in the comments, let us know what you'd like to see. We have a lot of fun on this channel, great group of people. You love the show, if you love gaming, if you love great people, hopefully we check every one of those boxes. My name is Kills. This is The Walking Dead, Season 10, Episode 9, review, live spoiler discussion. Spoilers, once again, provided by Spoiling Dead's fan page. Shout out to my patrons, top left-hand corner. My PDL sponsors, top right-hand corner. The moderators, that's my green team, and green team as well. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. And everyone typing 999 right now. That is the 999 Army. If you guys want to be a part of that, subscribe. I will talk to everybody tomorrow night for Freestyle Friday at 8 o'clock, and for Play Dead Live, Crowley's Farm Part 2, coming at you guys live at 9:10. See you tomorrow. Peace.